Hi friends, welcome back to Yoga with Paige. Today we have a nice backbending focused flow. If you're not warmed up already, I have a nice backbend sequence I will link right here for you. I suggest working out or warming up a little bit before this one. We kind of jump right into the good stuff. So whenever you're ready, unroll your mat and let's get started. We begin today sitting up nice and tall on our knees. Hands come out shoulder height, starting with some slow or fast arm circles. Making sure we have a nice long line up through the crown of the head. And reversing the circles the other way, maybe making them bigger or slower. Just warming up the shoulders here, preparing for these back bends. Starting to notice our breath. And on our next inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky, clasping one wrist and reaching over to the side. Getting a nice lateral stretch. Remembering to breathe. Inhaling through center and exhaling to extend to the other side. And exhaling, release, grabbing both of the elbows, shining the heart forward. Already beginning to open up the chest, the shoulders, the upper back. Turning up the corners of the mouth, smiling a little bit here. And exhaling, releasing down to the mat, coming onto all fours, tabletop position. Once we have our foundation, we bring the right knee into the nose and back down, and the left back down. One more time, each side, knee to nose. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back down. And inhaling to drop the belly for cow. Exhaling, rounding through the back, tucking the chin. Moving with the breath. Feeling the mobility of the spine. You feel your body waking up. Coming back to tabletop, extending the left leg out straight to the side of the mat for a little thread the needle variation. Inhale, reaching the right arm up to the ceiling, and exhale, threading the needle. Finding space here, creating space for yourself. Breathing through the back. And gently pressing back up, reaching down to grab the foot, extending the right arm overhead. Side body stretch. And gently coming back to tabletop. Extending the right leg out to the side. Reaching up, taking some space, finding some space, grabbing it and bringing it with you. Finding what area of the body we're holding tension that we can consciously release in this moment. Inhale and exhale, gently press back up and reaching over that right leg, full side body stretch. Gate pose variation. Coming back down through tabletop. tucking the toes and sending the hips back. Downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet, warming up the backs of the legs, reaching those heels down to the mat. And gently coming onto the forearms, coming into Dolphin, lifting the right leg behind, raising onto the left toes, finding a few pulses here. And bringing the right leg down, raising the left, pulsing, pulsing, keeping integrity of the back, gazing down at the mat, and lowering the left leg. Inhaling, pressing up to plank, using the core, and taking a vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog. Grounding through the left foot, raising the right, bending at the knee, looking underneath the shoulder to look at that right foot. Scorpion variation. Straightening it out, three-legged dog, bringing the right knee in between the hands. Inhaling up, high lunge. Exhaling, cactus arms. Inhaling, hands above the head. And exhaling to twist to the right side, arms straight out. Lowering the left knee, coming into low lunge. Planting the right hand on the leg, reaching over with the left, gazing at the foot. Inhale and exhale to windmill the arms around, framing that right foot. Planting the hands, stepping it back into a plank. Lowering down, elbows tucked in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale over the toes, hips up, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. Raising the left leg, bending it at the knee, gazing at the foot, scorpion variation. Straightening it back out, bringing that foot, planting it in between the hands. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, hands above the head. And exhale to revolve, sending energy out through the fingertips. Inhale and exhale to lower the right shin, planting that hand and raising the right overhead, finding a nice stretch. Keeping knee alignment over the heels. And windmilling the arms around, planting both hands, taking the left foot back to meet the right, on the knees, sinking back into wide child's pose. Knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching. Reaching the fingertips out, melting the heart down. Taking a second to notice how we feel here. Maybe bringing palms together, hands behind the head, reaching out with the elbows. And on the next exhale, releasing the hands, gently coming back up into tabletop, rolling up the spine, ending with the shoulders. And a nice big inhale. Exhale, sinking close to the knees, grabbing the left ankle with the left hand, swinging camel. Coming back towards the ankles, grabbing the right ankle with the right hand. Left hand comes above, shining the heart forward, switching sides with the breath. And one more time, each side. Opening the heart, the chest, reaching over. And gently coming back into tabletop, tucking the toes, sending the hips back for downward facing dog. Lifting the heels rounding the back for some spinal rolls, dropping the belly at the front to come back into downward dog. Lifting the heels, rounding the back. The head is the last thing to pop up. Feeling each vertebra. And ending in downward dog one more time before slowly making your way to the front of the mat, walking or hopping up. Feet hip width apart. We inhale up to chair, bending the knees, sinking into the hips, shoulders rolled back. Inhale and exhale to step the right leg back, high lunge. Inhale, exhale to revolve, opening arms to the side and reaching the right overhead. Maybe left comes onto the back of the right leg. Windmilling the arms around, planting the right shin. Opening up for twisted dragon. This should feel great for the hips right here. Gazing behind on that outside edge of the foot. Gently coming back, framing the foot, untucking the toes, coming into plank, taking a vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog. Lifting the heels, taking a few more spinal rolls, really finding mobility in the back, finding strength and stretch. Both work together. And gently walking up or jumping to the front of the mat, inhaling for chair, arms above the head, biceps by the ears. Stepping the left foot back, high lunge. Inhale and exhale, revolve, twisting to the side. Reaching that left arm above the head. And windmilling the arms around to frame the foot. Lowering the shin. Coming into twisted dragon, using that hand to gently open the knee. And coming back through center, taking the right leg to meet the left, tucking the toes, coming into plank, taking a cleansing vinyasa here, and exhale to downward dog. Shifting the weight forward into plank, bending the left leg at the knee, crossing it behind the right leg, planting the toes on the ground, reaching that left arm over, opening for wild thing. And gently coming back around to plank, taking the right leg over the left, opening for wild thing on the other side, reaching the heart up to the sky, and coming around to plank. Releasing to the knees, preparing for rabbit pose. Grabbing onto the ankles, crown of the head on the mat, as close to the knees as feels comfortable. Finding a few counter poses for the back bends. And exhale to gently release. Hands come out in front, melting down into child's pose. Starting to soften our breath and wind down. Gently raising back up, untucking the legs, and coming into the center of the mat, taking the right knee over the left, finding a gentle spinal twist. Finding deep breaths. Releasing and uncrossing to cross the other way. No need to force anything here. Taking another deep breath, noticing how we feel. Coming back through center, uncrossing the legs, scooting a little bit up on the mat, and using momentum to take the legs over the head into plow pose. Coming onto the shoulders, not crunching the neck. Only if this feels good. This should make your back feel lovely. One more nice breath here. And on the exhale, gently rolling down, tucking the knees into the chest, giving a little rock, massaging the lower back. And that concludes our practice for today. Thank you for joining me for this quick back bend flow. I'll see you next time.